I wouldn't want Elon to have majority voting. Like I would want any founder, like once they hit a certain size of company, like they should be able to be voted out by the board. Not
Right,
because anyone should be voted out, but like it just like you want that person to be doing their best work. And there should be,
right,
it just checks and
right.
balances.
Right, right. And, like people point to, for example, Steve Jobs getting ousted by the board and the CEO that he had hired as the reason why this is a legitimate concern. Well, we're in a different world than 1984 when Apple, Apple Steve Jobs was fired by the board. Uh, a, Steve owned a very small chunk of Apple at the time. B, he was not nearly as accomplished as and Elon is today, right? And C, because of that mistake, by the way, the industry has learned its lesson and has like basically avoided doing that over the course of the next few decades, especially since Steve came back and showed the world that like you shouldn't have fucking let me go, right?
And
And
there's an argument to be made that maybe because they let him go, that he was
is the
able to
reason.
generate all these great product ideas and like take the risks he did and like kind of, put a fire
That's
under
right.
him.
100%. And when he did all of that, he only owned one share of Apple. When he came back in 1997, they bought Next and gave him
Hmm.
something like $400 million worth of Apple shares, and he ended up selling all of it but one share of Apple and became the ICEO. And as ICEO, he had so much clout that he fired the entire board, replaced them with new members with one share, one voting share, right? Like one share. I'm not talking about $1 billion worth of shares. One share of Apple at the time, I think was like worth $15 or something. Um, split adjusted is probably worth under a dollar, right? With one share, and he took a $1 a year annual salary, by the way. And for the next 4 years, that's all he worked with: one share and $1 a year in salary. In fact, in the next 4 years, he had accomplished so much that he was kind of pissed that the board of directors didn't come and offer him a bigger compensation package. And then he went to the board and freaking demanded like 10 million shares. Um, and that comp package, where it took him from owning just one share to 10 million shares, which was at the time worth, I don't know, $100 million, was considered to be like outrageous request,
Right.
and, uh, and like that was Steve, right? Like, and we're talking about somebody who already owns $150 billion worth of shares of Tesla, has tons of incentive to make Tesla successful. He already has the support of the entire board. The board is practically his family. Like, it's his brother is on the board. There's no one on the board who goes against it. The board is giving him $1 trillion pay package, asking him to stay. So no one's going against this guy, right?